I'm gonna start working on installing this windlass right here. These cleats are gonna be in the way, I believe, so I'm gonna first start by removing these and I'll reposition them somewhere else. Bugs are driving me crazy. They're all over the place. Yeah. Looks like it's easier to take them off from the underneath. All these fish make a perfect outline of the boat shadow, except for usually they're underneath the boat when I see fish, but these are away from the boat. My boat too. Kind of hold their hand and they go away. So dock cleats are removed. I just need to clean these up a little bit and fill these holes. I think I'm going to use, when it was shipped, they used this piece of plywood, so I think I'll just reuse that as the like the mounting kind of standoff board. And just need to cut this out, and I'm gonna give it a coat of resin to kind of protect it. I got the outline cut out, and I'm going to drill these holes way oversized so I can fill them with epoxy and re-drill it, just so I don't know, the wood doesn't get all rotten. And then there's actually a lot of holes on this boat where it needs to be done also, but I'm just waiting for a time where I can do it all at once. Okay, I forgot I had to make a little cutout for the chain pipe once that comes. I found it on eBay that should work good. I'll just leave this one up here for now. Drill these holes just like that piece of wood, oversized, and then I'll fill them with epoxy and re-drill them. And actually, these bigger holes are just going through the top layer of fiberglass and the wooden core, so that way I don't have to put the tape underneath. These will need to have tape underneath to plug them up. But the core feels pretty dry, so let's try to keep it that way. I got through the wood. One more hole. You can stop them. And you can see where these were. These haven't been filled with epoxy, and there's a little bit of rot, around the holes. I mean, there was some sealant, but you want to assume the sealant's going to fail at some point and put the epoxy in there. Just got a coat of epoxy on the thing. Looking good enough. Just finishing up the last coat of varnish on this block of wood. Making a bunch of more, what are these called? Wind vanes for the wind vane. Up these holes. I'm drilling the smaller hole into the epoxy plug I've got there. More holes in my boat. I got Harbor Freight. Just got it all bolted up. It feels super strong. Like I don't think it's going anywhere. It's got big washers underneath it. tie the boat up to this now instead of the. I'm probably gonna move my dock cleats over here though, I suppose, or maybe back there would be good on each side. So I'll call this one more project partially done. Still need to put in the hole, the chain pipe, and then one day I'll wire it in, but that'll be way down the line, I think. Just use it as a manual windlass for now. Pretty happy with that. My chain pipe finally came in the mail. My buddy James was recommending to get a nice one with a nice large opening, so hopefully this will be big enough. It'll go about right there, so I just need to cut a hole and maybe epoxy on the inside of the wood to protect it. Put some sealant and we'll mount it on up. I have like $200,000 liability insurance or something. I don't have any. I filled in these old dock cleat holes, and now I'm going to relocate the cleat up here. This section of the deck is solid fiberglass, so I don't need to fill it with epoxy. Just some sealant will do. Alright, I got this covered in butyl tape. Alright, just put the bolts on the bottom. Run it over the chain, over this chain gypsy, and this is like a brake, slow it down. So
okay. Oh, cool. Sweet.
But it looks kind of bound out to this. It might go fast. It's gonna get stuck before it comes out. And then you have to manually grab it. So then that should be enough rope. So then just do your cleat now.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's all?
Well, that windlass project seemed to go on forever, but I'm really happy to have that installed. It's only manual configuration now. I think eventually I'm going to put an extra small battery bank up forward, so that will let me power it. But for now, I'm happy to have it manual because there's been a few instances where it's just I've run into situations with a really strong wind and current, and I really need to get the anchor up, and I just need that extra kind of mechanical advantage. So I think that will help me in those kind of scenarios. They're kind of far in between, but when you do need to get it up, it's important to have that. So I'll be happy to be able to pull the chain up. Up front. Sure. This is my new dinghy I got. It was $200 for the dinghy and the motor. It's a pretty good deal. I just hosed it off. Looks pretty clean now. So it came with this little 3.5 horsepower two-stroke. I actually used the 2 horsepower version of this on my my first sailboat, the 22-foot boat, and it pushed it along pretty good. Nice simple little motor. I'm really not sure what's going to become of this new dinghy. I really wanted the outboard, and the deal was just too good to pass up. I've got a little bracket here where I could put it on this boat, and I might try to put it on the dinghy I made, or maybe just tow the new dinghy behind this boat. It's really fun to motor around on. Originally, I was trying to avoid adding an extra motor to my setup, but there's just so many instances when the wind and current just makes it so hard there to get ashore. And it'd just be really nice to be able to set the anchor and then like motor like a mile in some really shallow water, get to a cool snorkel site. I'm just not really sure how well it would tow in some of the sea states I like to sail in, but we'll see. Oh, look at the size of that thing. Hey, buddy. Oh. I guess they go underwater. Thingy out on a backwater adventure. This is a cool spot. Oh, I love it. Pretty sweet. Any gators? Gator.
Murky back here.
Yeah. Turn around.
Creepy.
What a great day. We ran aground. We're in like 1 foot of water, but just the motor it's hitting, so we can just paddle off. We just found this cool abandoned boat. It's a really neat boat. Pretty nice actually, if it wasn't stuck up on the side here. Get up this. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Nice center cockpit. Come on, buddy! It's hard to go straight in this. You're gonna be wet. Oh no, come on. Oh, this way. No. This is good for you. Yeah. Okay, you're doing good. Having a blast on this little dinghy. The motor's been working great, and the boat's just like an awesome size for boating around. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it down to the Everglades. Then we're going for adventures down there on the way to the Keys. How big was the alligator you saw in your kayak?
12 feet.
Whoa! Did it bump into the kayak? Whoa!
Right underneath.
Holy smokes! Where was that around here? Where did you see it?
Right back where we were.
Manatee up here.
He's gotta come back up.
Another one right there, to the right.
He may flip us over.
We're going that way. Are you going back to the Manatees? Do some donuts. All right, we're back at the launching point. This dinghy motor has been leaking fuel all over the place, so I think it's time to open it up and see what's going on in there. All right, where are you leaking? There's some gunk in there. I mean, might as well clean that out. This is so bizarre. So it's just leaking out of the seams. It's just leaking out of the seams of this fuel tank. You can just see it. It just comes right out of there. There's no hole or anything. Very, very interesting. I'll have to think about how I'm gonna seal that up. While I got this open, I'm gonna take off the carb. It's interesting, it looks like it's just held on with this one little hose clamp. All right, so I took out the carb, and there was a bunch of gunk in the float bowl, so that's pretty cleaned out. I'm just gonna clean out these jets. For now, I think that will make an improvement. Is there any other jets I'm missing? Yeah, that looks so good. This in here. Yeah, there's some gunk in there. I really am not a big fan of these carburetors, but this outboard motor is This little dinghy is so much fun. I think it's worth it. I'm gonna take it to the Everglades. It's gonna be a blast. This little air box, this tiny little air box. Okay, so the internet says you can just take a soldering iron and kind of like smear over the leak. So let's give that a try. So I don't know, seems like it might be working. Here is my fuel tank repair. I mean, it looks like it's more sealed than it was before, I think. Put some gas in there and see if it holds. No way, it actually worked. It's awesome. Is it leaking anywhere else? Oh, I see fuel on this side now. Oh, that was from filling it probably. Cool. All right, so now I can steer from the middle here. That'd be great. All right, I need to make this a little shorter. It's a little too long, but it's kind of working. Motor's running better, doesn't seem to be leaking. We'll see if it can move around wide open with the carb cleaned out now. Thanks for watching. I just finished up in the Everglades, so I'm gonna have 2 videos on that adventure. Those are about ready to post. And currently I'm down in Marathon in the Keys, and so I'll be doing one more lap through those before I head up the East Coast. And cell signal is gonna be pretty intermittent, so hopefully I'll be able to keep posting these videos. But either way, I'm making them, so they'll be out sooner or later. See you guys next time.